Hello，大家好，我是 Cecily，又来到了我们的占星观察室。如果你在我们学校有上过，或者是有关注到医学占星，那我们学校呢有一位来自荷兰的医学占星专家 Oscar Hofman。那 Oscar 老师呢，他跟我们已经合作非常多年了，我们也出版了他的2本书籍。虽然大家认为 Oscar 老师在我们学校主要教的都是跟医学有关的内容，不过他这次要来跟我分享一个我自己也非常想要学习了解的一个很特别的工具，它叫做 Combine Chart。那我们可以呢把它称为叫做中点组合盘，所以我们想要借由这个工具呢来去看看最近在国际的政坛有2位交好的朋友后来闹翻的这件事情。那所以呢我接下来就要把时间呢交给我们的 Oscar 老师。Know Your Stars on Your Life， 沙塔占星学院最受盛誉的核心课程即将要开学了。我们这套核心课程能够将一个占星新手一步步手把手教你从最基本的古典占星的知识，一直到深入完整理解整个本命盘以及预测的能力，让你不仅学到了占星的知识，而且学到了怎么样看懂自己的人生，掌握自己生命的一套方法。所以能够学习一套了解自己人生的课程，将会成为你一生都受用的最好的投资。Hello, Oscar. Hi.
Hi. Yes, good to see you again.
Yes, yeah. And so I'm so excited you would like to accept my interview and share the idea of the combined chart.
Yes.
And this technique, my personally am not familiar with this technique. So can you tell our audience a little bit about what is the combined chart you used?
So the combined chart is really a combined chart. So what you do, you take the natal data of 2 charts or even more charts.
Yes.
And you take them exactly the half, the in-between of the data. So between the birth date, birth time, and also the location. So you come up with a full set of data and you make another chart of this.
And so in this way, not only can use for 2 person, you can use a group of person.
Yes, you can also make a group chart. For example, I made a chart for the Beatles. And you can exactly follow, well, the career of the Beatles by their chart. And it also shows the strong points. It also shows their success. So this is not limited to a love relationship or an interaction between 2 people. You can also make a chart of the interaction between 4 or 5 people.
Yes, as I know, because normally when I want to see the 2 people's relationship, we always use the Synastry. But with Synastry, it's not easy to do the prediction. So in this way, if we do use the combined chart, then we can use a prediction for the combined chart.
Yes, a combined chart is a real chart. So you can apply all the delineation techniques and all the prognosis techniques to this chart. So for example, in a love relationship, you can use lunar returns and you can also use tertiary direction. So you can follow in detail how the relationship develops.
Yes.
And also you can, like you do a natal chart, because you can use all the techniques, you can analyze the strong points in the relationship and the weak points. And this has the advantage that you can say to clients, this is the strong point, so emphasize that. This will stabilize the relationship.
Wow, it sounds like so fascinating. Especially many people like to explore their relationship with others, and so
Yes.
in that way, so we can take it as a new natal chart and to apply all the techniques of natal
Yes,
chart to this.
absolutely. And here you see also what traditional astrology is, because of course the combined chart is not a traditional technique.
No.
It's something that people have thought up and tried
Mm-hmm.
But the potential of this technique only comes out if you apply the traditional, so the classical astrological techniques.
Mm-hmm.
And this combination makes the potential of the combined chart really come out, because no one did this before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as a traditional astrologer, even you use modern techniques, but you still apply the traditional way to
Yes.
delineation the chart.
Yes, I'm open to new things, but you have to test them rigidly in praxis with traditional techniques. I also use astrocartography, which obviously works very well. If a couple asked what is the best place for us to live, you can make the combined chart and then apply to the combined chart. You can apply astrocartography. And so you can see the best place for them together to go on holiday or to move to. So, and this works very well. It's even so that in a recent workshop, I presented the chart of Muhammad Ali and George Foreman together. So these two heavyweight boxers. A long time ago, there was a famous fight in Zaire, which is now called Congo. And in their combined chart, there was Mars in Taurus, on Algol, on the IC. So this clearly shows what is their interaction? Fierce fighting. And it was. And then I made the solar return.
Yes.
And I projected this on this astrocartography with that. At the moment the fight was organized.
Yes.
And exactly the line, an important line, there was exactly a line over Kinshasa, which is where the fight was. If you think about this is really incredible that it is so clear. So we see not only time becoming transparent, but also space.
Space, the location.
Yeah, so you can do astrocartography with lunar returns, with solar returns, with everything, based on the combined chart.
Wow, it's so fascinating. And
absolutely.
Yeah, we can have this kind of modern techniques to do more things than before. Yeah,
absolutely. And of course, it's not something that shows something about traditional astrology. It's not something about which everything was said 2 centuries ago or even longer ago. It's a development. But it's very important that you rigidly test techniques invented in our times. Does it work? And this certainly works very well. Okay, so what I say here, the combined chart is a superior instrument because to analyze a relationship, or better, an interaction, because you can use it for every kind of interaction, it's so amazingly clear. And yes, you can use other techniques like Synastry and analysis of the interaction between the significators of manners in a natal chart, but this is really the energy of a relationship. As we discussed, you can use all the techniques you normally use for analyzing a natal chart, including prognosis for this combined chart. And the special thing is that you really have the energy, which is immediately generated if 2 people or a group are together. And this is something you will know, that if you're together with someone, there's always a certain atmosphere immediately generated. This is exactly what is shown by the combined chart, and there's actually no other technique which can show this so clearly. As we also discussed, this is a modern invention. And normally this is, by a modern astrologer, this is only analyzed as a picture of the psychological dimension of a relationship. But if we do this in a classical way, by applying the traditional techniques, we also apply the traditional perspective on a chart. That means it has to do with reality, with concrete situations. And that means that it's much more than only the psychological interaction. It also shows the circumstances in which a relationship develops. the whole context in which it functions. So that's a lot more than only psychological interaction. So as I explained, you take the middle of time, place, and day. You take the middle of time, place, and day, and that gives you a real set of new data. And from this data, you make a combined chart. You could imagine if you make a combined chart of people living on another continent, that this place may be in the middle of the Pacific, so where there's no land. Mm-hmm. That is no problem, because you see here that astrology is a symbolic language, and it's all about energy. So people often ask the question, well, if this cannot be a real place because it's in the middle of the ocean. So that's no problem. It's just about these energies interacting. So this is in a way also a symbolic place. Mm-hmm. This is a real chart, as I said, and you can apply all the traditional technique and also prognosis methods. So from Firdaria to lunar returns. Very important is to realize that this chart is in a way the relationship, and if we apply traditional techniques, you are not going to find in this combined chart significators for both partners. You are going to look at the whole chart, and the Lord of the first house is the relationship. So that's very important to understand. That's one important thing in analyzing these combined charts. Then you look at this chart in the same way as you look at a natal chart. So the seventh house is not one of the partners. The seventh house are the others, is the environment in which this relationship develops. And looking at the combined chart of Charles and Diana, this Lord of the seventh house was Mars in detriment in Taurus, which was in square with the Lord of the first house. So you see there's somebody else disturbing the relationship. This is Mars in Taurus, so in detriment, showing its worst sides. So it's obvious who was that. Yeah, applying Firdaria to that chart, to that combined chart, it started under Jupiter Firdaria, and Jupiter was in very good state in the combined chart. But soon after this, the Mars Firdaria started. So the influence of this Mars became stronger. So you can, all time levels, you can follow the development of any interaction. And that is an incredible perspective and gives you a lot of potential. Also to consult your clients very specifically about the development of their relationship. And as I said, what is the best point you can consciously emphasize and what should be avoided, which has a negative influence on the relationship. Okay, so I said it's not only about love, it's about all interaction.
Yes.
Also groups and of course families, which gives you also a lot of potential for consultations, because you can exactly see the same thing as you would say about a relationship. What are the important points in the interaction in a family, which could also be consciously emphasized to improve or stabilize the atmosphere in the family. So this is a whole new perspective that opens up for your consultations.
Yeah, okay. I believe I am currently very excited, would like to see the example you want to present to us. I believe our audience, they are also excited, want to see an example. So
下一集 Oscar 老师将会继续和我们深度分享更多关于 Combined Chat 的内容。记得留守沙塔星空凝视占星学院官方YouTube频道收看节目。